And we're back. Thank you for joining me again today. So there are a lot of things that has happened this past week. So without further ado, so let's start with our first topic. So it's all about Apple this week and uh, Sony's PlayStation release. But we'll start off first with Apple. So they had recently finished or concluded their Apple Time Flies event, wherein they talked about releasing their new products in terms of Apple Watches as well as Apple iPods. And we'll talk about more about it later on. But there was no mention yet of their release for their latest flagship phone or iPhone 12. But there's a lot of things that was discussed there. So let's uh, look at the details here. So let's shift to the screen. Oh yes. So as you can see here, so they just finished with their recent events on Time Flies, talking about their new products as mentioned on Apple Watches and iPads. Now, you might wonder, is Apple iWatch still popular with the masses, with the consumer, as well as the iPods? You'll see later on why they are pushing those two key products in this launch. To look further, so in terms of Apple Watch, so they're provided with a, it looks fancy first, and they're touting this latest new Apple Watch Series 6 that has a special feature in terms of black ox blood oxygen black sorry blood oxygen monitoring. So in terms of health, you'll be able to monitor your blood oxygen levels, which is kind of important, especially with you know now during the year of the pandemic, people are even more health conscious than ever. So if we were to take a look, so some of the key features that they mentioned is the Apple Watch is 2.5 times better in terms of brightness, and also has an altimeter wherein you can determine what altitude you are in. Now, based on these features, they also have, let me see what was here. Yeah, so it's also features a what do you call this? They measure the blood oxygen in terms of saturation. Now, obviously, anything below 85% is considered bad. So anything above 95% is always good for us. Now, one of the key features that they mention in their wristwatch is in terms of the solo loop that they call it. So let's take a look here what it looks like. Yeah, like this. So if you notice here, there's no sort of clasp in a sense, so it's somewhat stretchable. Okay, so I don't know if people would like this type of features, or you're used to typical strap that you have to lock it in and be able to use it. Now, obviously, they're using a different type of material that is stretchable, rubbery in a sense, or different materials of sorts. My wrist tend to sweat a lot, so I don't know if it would suit me well to use this type of technology. But you know, they're releasing it at $400, so that's 20,000 pesos, approximate to a lower tier mid-end smartphone. So for those who are interested, there's something to look forward to. Now, if you're very price conscious, they're also releasing a lower end model, which is the Apple Watch SE, at a lower cost of 279. Now, one of the key issues here is that they remove a particular features. There is no USB power adapter, so they've been transitioning in terms of what do you call this? Transitioning to a chargeless device in a sense. So they're gearing towards more on wireless charging. Now, obviously, one of the downsides of using wireless charging is the the slow capability of charging your phone or even your wristwatch fast compared to a which is directly wired to an outlet and so forth. So not only that, they're also offering the latest iPad features. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So they're offering iPad for the family. So this is something that they could use, which is I don't know if iPad's still a popular device for the majority, but for those who are using it not just for personal consumption, maybe you could use it as an alternative to a laptop, is something to look forward to. Now, one of the main reasons why they push these two products, the iPhone Watch or iPhone Apple Watch and the iPad itself, is so they are pushing this ecosystem of Apple products in a sense. So they're using it in their virtual fitness service system that they're offering. So where is it? Yeah, here. So they're offering a subscription fee wherein obviously people are stuck at home. So whether they want to stay fit, they can subscribe to the service fee. Very affordable. So the Apple One bundle is retail priced at $15, and for family it could be as much as $20. So it's not that expensive if you think about it. Now, obviously, if you want additional features like you want news, more storage, and so forth, it would cost you roughly around $30. Now, obviously, this is big. This is going against or competing against with one of their app developed for Spotify, who provides music as well. So that's why Apple is embroiled in this antitrust scheme for being for their monopolistic practices in trying to gain more market share, more revenue in the marketplace. Now we have to wait and see what happens here. Obviously, it's not just Spotify. Obviously, Apple Watch is trying to what do you call this? Is trying to compete against Fitbit, which is Google's trying to purchase them. I think this year. So that's something to see here.